little something with you about spiritualism. And since we've been doing some channeling, I thought this might be appropriate for today. And we draw this from John Edmonds and George Dexter's Spiritualism. We draw a lot from that book. So I imagine it's about yay thick. It's over 500 pages. So anyway, in this particular one, they tell us that, actually I should say, the souls share with them that tables may be moved and raps heard, but these evidences can satisfy no thinking person, for there is nothing to be understood. Makes a lot of sense, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. I was at an event, and these people were going on and on about table tipping. So I go, okay, I'll try it out. They're talking about tables moving around and then trying to go up the stairs and everything. I thought, okay, cool. So I'm up there with them, the table starts moving around. Okay, all right, well. I get bored easily.
I do too.
So I got bored very quickly. But, this is what phenomenal spiritualism is about. It's the demonstrations like that, the table tipping, the Ouija boards, the angel boards, which, the only difference in my opinion, between the two is the spelling. Because you still put your fingers on a planchette and it still moves around. And I imagine Zot pops in just as regularly on those angel boards as he does on the Ouija boards. But anyway, this is why we do our other experiments, such as the channeling, the experiential aspect of spiritualism and everything. Does anyone have any comments or questions?
Were they faking it?
No. Well, I'm going to share something with you, because table tipping and these simple things like that they're right in line with the Ouija board. And first person I was married to, they were really big on this. I had these large sheets of poster boards. She kind of laid it out and put everything in place and such. Because you can make your own. They work better than the store-bought stuff, believe me. Much better, because you invest yourself into creating the emotions and everything in it. So her and a friend, well, actually I should say a couple came over, and we're all moving stuff around, and it's moving. You can tell when it moves and when somebody else is moving it. Well, one of these occasions, I don't know, maybe I wasn't feeling well, or I was just bored with it. You know how I get. So I'm sitting in a chair or on a couch or something, I don't recall exactly what, and they're asking these questions, and I'm thinking to myself, let's have an experiment. So they asked the question, and I focused my mind on an answer. My answer. Guess what happened?
Spell out your words. That's what they
Got
do.
my answer. So the first time it happened, I thought, well, okay, maybe I was just lucky. Maybe it really wasn't me. Maybe it was somebody else. So I did it again. After the third time, I got bored with that too. So you can influence these things, especially the simpler ones, such as the wrappings, the table tipping in that, because they operate on the intellect and your emotions. In fact, I got so well at it that I was visiting a friend and they pulled out their angel board and I chuckled. And they said, oh, no, it's not a Ouija board. So they're in her friend's restaurant. They've got their little angel board laid out and they're got their fingers resting on the planchette and it's moving about and they read it out. Philip, you need to leave.
Wow.
Oh, so how cool is that? Not that I'm poking fun at any of
Everyone leaves before, I remember.
What was that?
I remember you being requested to leave more than once.
For different reasons.
Yes.
Okay, I don't remember those. But I'll take your word for it. So, so anyway, that's
By the way,
yes.
the rapping is okay until it makes my dogs bark. Sometimes in the middle of the night they decide they want to knock on walls and things, and then the dogs start going nuts.
I had an experience similar to that too. Banging on the ceiling. I woke up, it just boom, boom, like a sledgehammer banging on the joists up there. And I looked up there and I said, "Stop!" Did it stop? No. Boom, boom, boom. It got more regular, but it didn't continue the rest of the time. So I don't know. They're good. These things here are good to draw our interest. But if the sensation is all that you're looking for, then the teachings and everything are always going to be above you because you're not going to be interested in that. You're going to want this type of stuff. And this type of stuff is what got spiritualism moving in the first place. But quickly after that, I want to say within a year after the raps from the Fox sisters, and they introduced us to the first public seance. But shortly after that, mediums started developing, especially after the examination in Corinthian, at the Corinthian Hall in Rochester, I want to say 1850. So maybe it was about 18 months after, because they were the souls were trying to get them to do this publicly, and they were very reluctant, about like I am with some stuff with this. But anyway, after that examination in Corinthian Hall, where they were examined by 3 different committees over, I think, a 2-night period, that certified that what they were doing was not trickery, then mediums started popping up all over because they began traveling as well. In fact, they did several seances when they were traveling to Corinthian Hall. Maybe it was in Auburn, New York. I don't recall. I know Rochester and Auburn, New York figure very prominently in those very early days. So after that, the mediums started popping up. And they started off with the knocks, the rappings, the furniture sliding across the floor and everything. And then they eventually progressed to something similar to our messages, and then the channeling or trance came in after that. Any comments or questions? All right. I want to thank you for allowing me to share this little bit of history with you. Spiritualism can be fun sometimes.